What's going on YouTube? Today is December 14th, 2025. I'm his dealer, I guess. We'll talk about being a silver dealer. It's mostly a joke, but not so much. Nothing in this video is financial advice. Do your own research. Form your own opinions. These are merely mine. Usually I'm right. Disclaimer. Disclaimer squared, I guess. Quick metal prices check. CMI. It is, like I said, 12/14/2025, 4:02 a.m. Pacific Standard. Gold, 43.01.31. Up 19.19 for the day. Up over 43 again. Don't get excited. Silver, 62.02. Down $1.71. Don't get excited. I mean, get excited, but on both, but not in the negative or overly positive. We'll talk about that too. Platinum, 17.52.20. Up 46.65 for the day. Damn. Platinum has been killing it lately. Not gonna lie. Palladium 15.15.20, down 7.30 for the day. GSR 69.36. Gold to silver ratio. Okay. So if you've been paying attention at all lately, talked about a very dear friend of mine, a very near and dear friend of mine, comes over from time to time to help me out with things, side jobs. We go to people's houses and clean things up, fix stuff, whatever. When he's in town, he comes and helps me, and he makes a lot more money, I guess, maybe, depending on the year with my investments, but than I do. And he's like, damn, I make more money than you, because he's focused on that pre-tax yearly salary, right? Which means dick. What really matters is what you take home, keep, and invest, but whatever. And he's like, man, I make more money than you, arguably, I guess. But you have more stuff, more assets, more money. You're never broke. Why is that? And he started buying silver. And mind you, he has a fat pension. He's in the trades. And he's really starting to understand. Okay. And that could not make me more excited, even though it puts a minor inconvenience on me. So I do have some stuff coming from Hero. I have a half a tube of $50 that'll be here Monday, Tuesday-ish, which is in value the equivalent of a tube of dimes, right? It's a half tube. Take a tube of dimes, you double it, you get a half tube of 90% $50, which these are not, these are 40, but the value for 90% $50 for a tube, face value, is the same as a tube of dimes, face value, 90%. So that's what? 200 some odd bucks, whatever, I don't know. Doesn't matter. And he was here recently. He's like, I'm going out of town, man. I want more dimes. Give me a tube of yours. I said, well, son, I got mine cheaper than you can get yours, and that was last week. He goes, I don't care. I'll pay more. I'll hand you the cash. You order it and give me a tube of yours. I'm thinking, all right, I can do that. I'll be made whole again, and you get metal in the stack. So that's what we done did. So keep in mind, the next half or the next tube of dimes that comes in merely makes me whole again. Or the next half tube of 90% halves, which is driving me fucking nuts. I hate unstacked, unfilled tubes. Y'all know that by now. I'm thinking about pulling the financial trigger. It's in the cart. Probably going to do it real soon to fill it. But you can take this, that's not mine. It's merely to make me whole. It's mine, but it's a replacement. And you can take this, pretend these are 90%, because these are not. This half tube that's coming as the equivalent of a tube of dimes. Whatever you want. Either way, I have 2 orders coming, only one of which is a gain. The other is a net zero balance. Okay, it's a net zero deal. Kinda. Where I see the profit is that I helped my friend. After all these years of my friend, my childhood friend, adolescent friend, what I would say adolescent, 12, 13 years old, my childhood adolescent friend who makes more in salary than me comes to me and says, dude, WTF, how do you do it? Teach me, show me. And a couple years later, it all resonates, right? So it's really important to be that positive benefactor, because you never know. You never, ever, 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 ever know what metals will do. Kinda. You never, ever, never, ever know what your influence will do. Both good or bad over time. It's like the building blocks of life, of knowledge, right? Where sometimes a bunch of little shit becomes the big shit collectively. And I look at money collectively. If I could, an income of money, right? So if I can make $100 a day, 10 years ago, that was my goal. Now I want to make $400 a day, $500 a day, whatever it is. It doesn't matter, legality aside. Well, legality aside, because it affects your freedom. Morality is more important, because if you're not doing the wrong thing morally, that's very different. But it doesn't matter if I make $150 a day from investments, $10 a day in my stack, $100 a day at work, all combined. I look at money gains collectively. And when I tell you, cheers, that my net worth financially goes up every day, almost, shit happens, that's what I mean. I take the collective pot and I look at it, my asset pot, because you put the average, I'm cash poor compared to a lot of people. You put the average person, you take them and put $1,000, well, I got more than that in cash, but you put 10 grand in their pocket, dude, they're rich. They're rich. Yet they're broke tomorrow. I'm not that guy. Okay, you give me $1,000 on top of my base cash stack, I'm gonna find a way to invest a lot of it in metals, but I'm gonna take that and invest and find a way to invest all of or most of, depending on where I'm at cash-wise, physical cash, like in the safe, into assets. And I know y'all hate this. I know. Crypto, Bitcoin. Not really on the Bitcoin or crypto train right now, although there could be buying opportunities. I'm going to stop talking about that. But those and stocks and ETFs that are growth, dividend producing, real estate, metals, it's all assets. Okay? So that's what I do. I would rather be asset wealthy and cash poor-ish. And I encourage you, not financial advice, to do the same. What does this do? It loses value. More often than not. It's pretty, I guess, right? $120. That's what's in my pocket. It's nothing. Okay? It's going into the bank tomorrow. Well, the credit union. And it will be invested within... Actually, it will be invested before the available credit updates in the account because the money's there. The cash is there. This is just to cover my investments plus the bills that are coming out with, I don't know, $1,000 in my account. Cushion fund, right? Because if that money sits there, and yes, I have 10, 15 grand in a savings account that pays now under 4% because the Fed, rate decrease. That doesn't count. That's nothing. If you think inflation is under, I'm going to say 6 to 15%, probably about 11 or 12, 10 at least. If you think it's under that, you're high. You are high. Smoke another one, because it is. The CPI figures are not correct. They intentionally take things out, exclude things to make it merry and rosy and, a feel-good deal. Inflation is... You cannot tell me it's under 5%, and that's a bare fucking minimum. It's way higher. So my 3.75, 3.83, whatever the hell it is, savings means nothing. That's cash I have parked somewhere, losing less to invest somewhere to make me more. Does that make sense? I hope it does. If it doesn't, educate yourself. Hit the like. Hit the subscribe. Keep stacking.